So today we're exploring the legendary Kampong Ayer, which is Brunei's famous overwater village. So here over 10,000 people call home and hundreds of houses are connected by wooden boardwalks and boats. Here you can find mosques, fire stations, police stations, restaurants, shops, everything you can imagine from normal village. However, this one is above croc-infested water. So you have to mind your step as you walk, but today we're exploring this legendary overwater ancient village. So to get to the floating village, it's really quick and easy. So you just come to basically anywhere near the water. Doesn't matter if you're near one of the piers or not, a boat will come up to you and offer you a ride over. Ideally try and go to one of the piers so then you don't have to walk with the boat awkwardly next to you. But you just ask to go to the floating market. Make sure you agree on the price before getting on. It should only cost $1 each. However, if you don't agree the price, they might try and be a bit sneaky. So agree on the price, and then it should just be a short ride over to the other side. So that's what we're going to do now. $1 each?
Yes. Tahu ya singgit seorang dah.
So we've just got off the boat. That was really quick and simple. It literally took about 30 seconds, if that. You just go to the dock. There'll be people trying to sell you like full tours to go around the village to like the palace and stuff, but just say you want to go to the floating village and it'll probably be someone already on the water rather than one of those. I think they're more like tour guides. And then just jump on, go to the other side, $1 each for each way. And yeah, it's really simple, really quick. But now we're about to explore Kampong Ayer.
So when you get dropped off, you'll be walking along this nice concrete jetty, which kind of goes around the outside of the village. However, to get into the village, you have to walk over some more like traditional wooden jetties, some of which are in quite poor condition, some of which are in okay condition, and some of which are in excellent condition. So make sure you're watching your step. But yeah, this is amazing. This is such a cool place. Most of the houses are made of like wood and are quite old. However, they also have new builds here, which I think is crazy. So they're still building in Kampong Ayer on this floating village, which is just amazing, like that they're not letting go of their traditional way of life for like the modern luxuries that we have, and I love that.
So one thing I like is the fact that the new builds are like a couple of meters higher than the like older builds, because you can clearly see the water level has risen quite a bit, so they're clearly trying to prevent against flooding, but yeah, they've definitely thought ahead.
So all over Brunei in general, but particularly Kampong Ayer, are these little like warning signs that just put me slightly on edge. I mean, there's crocs everywhere, like not just like little crocs, saltwater crocodiles that are quite big and deadly. You know, it's all fun and games. So I said to Nat before we got the boat over here that the sky was looking rather grey. And my phone predicted thunderstorms for today. However, if you've travelled Southeast Asia, you will know never to trust your weather app because it's always wrong. It's either sunny when it says it's going to rain or raining when it says it's going to be sunny. You can't trust it. So we didn't really think much of it, but yeah, the sky was very grey. So I was like, do we hold off? Do we just kind of wait on the shore, the solid ground, if it's going to be chucking it down, if we're going to get caught in a storm? But where's the fun in that? So we're here, and we've just had the biggest roll of thunder. But there's this shelter, so this is where we'll be if it starts to chuck it down.
So not gonna lie, the new builds actually look like really nice houses. I don't think I'd want to live in one, but they look really modern and they look like they've got like all the modern amenities and everything. Do you reckon you would live in one of the new builds above water surrounded by crocs? Let me know in the comments, but I don't think I would.
We've just come to Kampong Ayer Cultural and Tourism Gallery. It's completely free to enter. You are bound to see it as you're walking along the jetty along the front, the concrete one. And it's so big so far. They've got like a screen playing some kind of video. They've got all these like paintings and drawings from different artists, assumably living in the village. And they're really cool. They're so good. And I'm thinking about maybe getting one for myself.
So inside the main part of the museum, there's these 6 little galleries going around, and they've got something different like cultural development, economic development, like 16th and 10th century stuff. So each one has its own little story, which is quite cool. You can just spend like a bit of time going through each one, learning a bit about the history of Brunei. Definitely a good place to check out, and if it does start raining, we'll definitely come in here to shelter, but I think now we're going up to a viewing tower and hopefully get the best view of the water village. So I think this has to be the best view of Kampong Ayer, because you're above literally every single other building. Pretty much no other building is above 2 stories, and we're probably like maybe 3 or 4 stories high, and the view is just incredible. You can see for miles. You can see like the mosque, you can see the Sultan's Palace on the far side of the river, and it's so cool. It's just absolutely massive here. Like you can see houses for miles and miles. There's little maps as well that show you like what you're looking at, but you can also hear the thunder, so it's a bit disconcerting considering we are above the water, just on little like wooden jetties and stuff, but the view is stunning. Definitely a must visit place if you're visiting. So Kampong Ayer actually dates back over 1300 years, which is absolutely crazy. So the majority of Brunei used to actually be on top of water, except from the Sultan's Palace, but pretty much everything else was on top of water, and they got like little artifacts and like discoveries dating back over 1,000 years, which is absolutely crazy. Like how well preserved some of it still is. So it's definitely a cool place to come check out and learn a bit about the history. So we've just come out of the Cultural and Tourism Gallery, and it's just started to rain.
It's not raining too heavily though. It hasn't like absolutely chucking it down. But we are about to head out from under the shelter to actually explore the jetties properly. So let's hope it doesn't get any heavier anytime soon.
And considering, like, if you've watched previous videos like my Penang video or ones like that, you'll know I'm not a massive fan of jetties. So
oh my gosh, no, that is actually quite heavy.
yeah, it's raining quite a bit now.
I might have to put my camera away.
Yeah. So the wooden piers are a lot sketchier than the concrete ones. They wobble a lot, and apparently a lot of them are rotten, so you have to watch where you step. But this is not as fun as the last ones.
And somehow they've still got street art, which is so amazing. It's so beautiful.
One of the main places to come while you're in Kampong Ayer is the appropriately named Colourful House. And it's actually really brightly coloured. There's so many different colours, but all around you can see like there's a blue one there, green and orange. It's actually really colourful and a fun place to explore. So highly recommend actually like going in between the houses and seeing what the actual village is like, because it's really cool and impressive. So one thing we weren't expecting when we came to Kampong Ayer is a prawn cracker making place. Apparently they make prawn crackers fresh here every day and look really nice as well. There's a cute little family here. But yeah, definitely come here because I've no idea it was here before arriving, but it's really cool and unique. The further away you come from like the main concrete jetty, the sketchier the boardwalks are, and there seems to be like a house that's collapsed or something. There's people in the water trying like salvage all this stuff, so just shows you how like unsecure everything is. Even like the people who living here, like one day their house might be completely gone due to like a storm or something, which is just crazy. There's people literally in the water like chest high, rummaging through trying to salvage stuff. It's just crazy. There's so much like wood in the water where things have broken or been like washed away, so it's kind of sad to see. But you can also see the bigger newer houses right next to it, so hopefully they'll last a bit longer and people can like continue living this like unique way of life. This place is definitely a maze. Like we want to go to that little bit there, but no idea how. This boardwalk ends right there, so might have to go like all the way around, but it's such a maze, so easy to get lost here. So throughout the water village, there's restaurants, there's mosques, there's schools. So it shows it's literally just like a normal village like anywhere else, but literally just suspended on water. So apparently they've got a police station, a fire department, a primary and secondary school, a mosque. They literally have everything here that you could want, but it's just above water. They've got like all the normal shops and restaurants, so it's really cool. I don't think personally I would live on top of here, mostly due to all the planks being a bit unstable and rotten.
And someone has a fear of jetties.
But yeah, it seems really cool just being like above water, but also knowing there's crocs below you is a bit unnerving.
So despite being over the water, these houses are fully modernised. Even the old ones, like they have electricity pylons. So they've all got electricity, they've got running water, there's pipes bringing like fresh water to them. Obviously it still needs to be filtered, but they've got running water, which I think is amazing. So they can still maintain this traditional lifestyle whilst having some of the modern luxuries. Kampong Ayer is nicknamed the Venice of the East because when British explorers first found the city, first they came to Brunei, everything was over water. And there was just these little canals snaking through all of these overwater bungalows, and it reminded them of Venice, which is how it came to get its nickname. Now, obviously, a lot more people are living on the mainland. However, there's still over 10,000 people living over the water, which is just insane. There's over 30 kilometres of wooden walkways in Kampong Ayer, which is just crazy. 30 kilometres. I honestly can't believe it. But I guess where they're so like snaking, you know, they're all everywhere. And the village is so long, like it goes so far down the river that, yeah, there probably is 30 kilometres worth of walkways here, which is just crazy. I don't think we will be exploring all 30 kilometres.
So we have just made it to the fire station and mosque, and they look absolutely incredible. They're definitely one of the newer buildings, but instead of like obviously fire engine trucks, they have fire engine boats, which is really cool. You can just imagine them zooming around. I don't know how they managed to put out a fire, because obviously they're probably unlikely to have big water cannons.
Because obviously they're on the water. They've probably got a hose that they can suck up from the water and spray it.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be
true.
my guess.
Or they just chop it all down and throw it in the water.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but it looks really cool. The mosque is absolutely stunning. It's like beautiful gold and white, just like the one on the mainland, but slightly smaller. But it's really impressive to see like this whole community. Also, instead of like worrying about cars, you just have to worry about the speedboats zooming past here, which is definitely a new challenge. So we've just been invited inside the fire station. So I think the fire station is split into two, like there's the mainland side, which is connected to the mainland, and the water side. So on this side, there's the fire trucks and stuff, whereas on the other side, they have the boats, so they can like accommodate to both sides of the thing, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So one thing I wasn't expecting is the amount of like pets they have here. There's loads of cats, which is surprising considering cats hate water. There's also chickens, we've seen a goose. Yeah, there's absolutely loads of like animals and stuff here. I suppose they're not really going to run away that much, so yeah, didn't expect that here. So we've decided to stop by one of the local shops.
And we got ourselves some ice cold drinks because Brunei is so hot.
And they actually had a lot there. They had like noodles and stuff, so you can have dinner. They had crisps, sweets, drinks.
It was just like a normal shop,
Yeah.
but just outside someone's house on a floating village.
Yep, and it's not
Very
even
cool.
that expensive either.
The good thing about visiting Kampong Ayer is that you're not going to get lost. Yes, it is a maze, but if you're unsure of where to go, there's always these like brown signs with arrows pointing where like the interesting places are, the like tourist places. So you're not really going to get lost. And also if you've got Maps.me, which we highly recommend you get for traveling, it actually has a pretty good map of Kampong Ayer as well. Like that's how we found this shop. There's no signpost to the shop. But we found it on Maps.me, so download that and just follow the brown signs and it's super easy.
Wow. And we've just seen all the little kids playing one of the sports, I can't remember what it's called, but it's very big in Thailand and Malaysia, and it's really impressive the like height they get their feet. Can only imagine how many balls they've lost into the water, but
When you say water village or Kampong Ayer, it's the whole thing. Water village or Kampong Ayer is made up of more than 100 different villages. So this is 2 different villages. This is the border. Okay, KG is short form for Kampong. Kampong means village. Bakut Berumput is the name of this village. Bakut Berumput village. So you come here, you'll see another name.
so we've just got the water taxi back. Again, it costs $1 Brunei each, so it's very good value for money.
Yeah, literally took us like 5 seconds this time. He
Yeah.
just like slammed it and we were just, oh.
Yeah. But today's been such like a unique experience getting to explore the world's largest overwater village.
It was so much fun. Just like wandering along the little wooden jetties, seeing what we could find. So much fun. And like we were the only tourists doing it, so that's pretty cool as well.
Yeah, like there's so much to see, just like the fire station, the mosque, and like just normal houses was so interesting to see.
Like a completely different way of life.
Yeah.
Completely different. And the fact people are still living like this, I think it's just amazing. We did learn as well that a lot of the houses over in the water village are like part of like a government housing scheme where people can apply for a house and then they go through all their finances, their income, their outcome, all of that kind of stuff. And then they get kind of given a house. So like there were like the new bungalows, they were 60,000 Brunei dollars, which is insane for a 3-bedroom like bungalow. The houses, which were 2 stories with like a huge lounge, huge kitchen, 3 bedrooms upstairs, they were 90,000 Brunei dollars.
Sadly, it is only for Brunei nationals. We did ask, but
We're not allowed to buy one,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But it's been such an amazing day getting to explore such a unique place.
We highly recommend you visit Kampong Ayer if you're in Brunei.
So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe so you don't see the next one where we'll be exploring the village in a slightly different way.